Shirley! What's going on here, huh? You mind explaining this to me? We're here at the venue for your wedding, ready to celebrate your big day with you, but there's absolutely no one here! None of our family members, friends, not even you!
Dylan, what are you talking about?
I'm asking the questions here. You owe me an explanation. I just asked the venue staff about when the wedding was gonna start. I thought maybe I got the time wrong or there was a delay or something. But no, they told me that there were never any weddings booked for today in the first place. You told me your wedding was gonna be today, at this time, at this chapel. Out of the kindness of my heart and the love I have for my darling little sister, I took the time out of my busy schedule to come all the way over here. And it's not just me, I brought my wife along too. You think it's easy for me to take a day off, Shirley? Have you forgotten that I have an entire freaking company to run?
Hold on, Dylan. Slow down. I don't understand. You're at the wedding chapel right now?
Did you expect me to be anywhere else? You're the one who sent me the invitation. You invited us. Wait a second. No, I don't believe you, Shirley. You set us up.
What?
I should have known you'd pull an immature stunt like this. Ever since we were kids, you were always super jealous of me. I had everything you didn't. I was intelligent, good at sports, and handsome, but you got terrible grades, had zero coordination, and were super chubby. Everyone at school made fun of you all the time, too, but I had tons of friends. I knew you resented me because of it, but seriously, Shirley, I'm incredibly disappointed that you would trick us like this just to betray and embarrass us.
Dylan, I have no idea what you're talking about. You aren't making any sense.
Don't lie to me. I've already seen through your entire twisted scheme. The invitation you gave us was a fake, wasn't it? We deigned to come all the way out here to celebrate your wedding, and this is how you repay us?
Dylan, the wedding was 3 days ago.
Huh?
What exactly are you saying about, Dylan? That's all there is to it. The wedding was 3 days ago. You came to the right place, but you got the date and time completely wrong.
What? That can't be right. I know for a fact that your wedding was gonna be today. Don't give me any of that crap about 3 days ago. It was scheduled for today.
How can you know that for a fact? It isn't true. Look at the date on the wedding invitation we sent you, Dylan. You have it with you, right? It should clearly say that you're 3 days late. And no, we didn't delay it or change the date at all. Everything was right on schedule. So I don't understand why you're raging at me when it's your own fault for getting the date wrong.
You're saying it's my fault?
Look at the invitation right now. Tell me what the date on the invitation says, Dylan. And it's not like we picked this date on our own either. We talked about it with both you and our parents. Despite that, about a month ago, you suddenly texted me demanding I change the date. You said you had an important meeting scheduled on that date that you couldn't miss, and you wanted me to move the date to 3 days later. But I was very clear when I told you that we could not change the date. It would have cost us a fortune. We would have had to cancel out the venue we booked and plan an entirely new wedding.
You think that makes it any better? That just means you didn't even have the decency to respect our wishes about the wedding date. You knew that we wouldn't be able to make it, and yet you went forward with your plans anyway. You're such a selfish little child, Shirley.
Did you think we were going to plan the whole thing around you and your schedule? What about the rest of our family and friends? Do they matter? Not to mention, what about us? It is our wedding, after all.
What about them? They don't matter. You had a responsibility to prioritize our schedule over everybody else you invited. Have you forgotten just who the hell you're talking to? I am the firstborn son of our family and your older brother.
What does that have to do with anything?
Are you kidding? It means that as the heir to the family's legacy, my needs are prioritized over yours at all times. Not only that, you're my little sister. You think you had the right to just ignore me and schedule your stupid wedding whenever you wanted? I told you to change the date, Shirley. That was not a request, it was an order.
I'm sorry. Did we jump in a time machine and travel back into the Middle Ages or something? What difference does it make who was born first or second? Look at a freaking calendar sometime.
Whether you like it or not, I'm the firstborn son. Not only that, I'm running my own wildly successful company. Whatever. I'm not the one who's losing out on anything important over this. You are. If you had only changed the date of your wedding like I ordered you to, I would have given you a huge wedding gift. Successful businessmen like myself can afford all sorts of things you could never dream of. I make more in a day than you make in a month.
As much as I appreciate the thought, I don't need any gifts from you.
Excuse me?
You already tried to hang the prospect of giving me a nice wedding gift when you told me to move the date. You're going to have to learn sooner or later that not everyone can be moved by money. I would have loved to have you come to my wedding, and I'm sure you would have gotten me a very nice gift. But if this is the attitude that you're going to have toward me, then I don't need either your attendance or your gift.
You are such a brat, Shirley, you know that? Fine, have it your way. You're not getting one single solitary cent out of me. Too bad for you. Let's count the number of bills I have in the envelope I was gonna give you today, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yup, looks like there's about $5,000 in there to me. I was considering giving it to you anyway if you apologized for disrespecting me, but you can kiss that possibility goodbye.
And just what have I done that's worth apologizing for? You tried to bribe me into moving my wedding date, but even after I refused, you still assumed I would change it for you anyway. That's your fault, not mine. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're on our honeymoon right now.
You're on your honeymoon, so you're just gonna leave us standing at the altar over here? What sort of a lousy honeymoon could a loser like you afford anyway? An hourly rate motel in the ghetto?
For the record, we're actually in Hawaii, and it's wonderful. I'll bet a wealthy and successful businessman like yourself has been to Hawaii a million times before, right? You're probably tired of everything you can get over here, so I'll go ahead and not pick up any souvenirs for you on our way back. See you later, Dylan.
I'm terribly sorry to bother you on your honeymoon, Shirley, but we need to talk. It's your brother, Dylan. Just a few moments ago, he and his wife came storming into our house. He immediately started shouting about this, that, or the other thing. It's such a bother. I was having such a peaceful day, too. It seems like those two hooligans got the date of your wedding wrong.
Oh no. You have got to be kidding me. Dylan and Molly are over there right now?
Yes, and they're in Act 3 of one of the most sanctimonious playing the victim performances I've ever seen. You should hear the ridiculous things coming out of that boy's mouth. I'm the firstborn son, and I ordered her to change the date. She had no right to ignore a direct order from me. She's my little sister. She's supposed to do exactly as I say when I say. He's positively hysterical, dear. And now he's blaming us for your supposed lack of respect toward him. He says we spoiled you. It just seems to me like he wants to vent and is willing to do so to whoever cares to put up with him.
And since we're halfway across the world from you guys right now, he can't exactly go knocking on our door. I'm sorry, Mom. You don't deserve to get dragged into this.
Don't you worry about a thing, dear. We'll handle your brother. I'm sure he'll be tired of this tirade soon enough. You just get back to enjoying your honeymoon. I'm sure you have all sorts of things you'd rather be doing than dealing with Dylan's nonsense.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, goodness me, though. It's not just Dylan. His wife, Molly, is something else entirely. She's been going on and on to me about how she spent thousands of dollars on clothing and makeup just for this wedding. And get this, she's even demanding that I compensate her for all of that. Have you ever heard of such a thing before?
Oh my God, are you serious? They're asking you for money now? Also, hold on a minute. She spent thousands of dollars on clothing and makeup for my wedding?
Yes, according to Molly, that's part of being the wife of the family's firstborn son. According to her, she said she wanted to make sure that you wouldn't be embarrassed that she looked too middle class at your wedding.
What is her problem?
Right? And if she really was doing it for you, like she says, why on earth was she wearing a white dress? Can you believe it? She was planning on attending your wedding wearing a pure white dress of her own.
No way.
Yes, way. Molly's dress was as white as the driven snow. If she had actually worn that to your real wedding 3 days ago, I can't even imagine what a disaster it would have been. Frankly, I'm grateful that they messed up the date at this point.
The two of them really have some issues to sort out. I really hate that you had to get caught up in all of this, Mom.
I already told you, Shirley, you have nothing to feel sorry for. I'm his mother. I'm very well used to this sort of silliness out of him. Now, for real this time, you put down your phone and get back to enjoying your honeymoon with your husband.
Hey, Shirley! You're getting back home today, aren't you? I hate to break it to you, though, but you're not welcome around here anymore.
What do you mean?
When you sent us that fake invitation, you committed one of the most grievous sins imaginable, betraying a family member. As such, you were hereby excommunicated from this family.
Really, Dylan? You're still going on about that? It wasn't a fake invitation. We sent you the same invitations that we sent everyone else. You missed the wedding because you wrongly assumed that I had changed the date.
No, we missed the wedding because you sent us a fake invitation. At least that's what I told the whole family.
Dylan, what did you do?
What did I do? I did what was my God-given right to do. You ignored a direct order from your older brother, causing us to miss the wedding. Despite that, our idiot parents are both convinced that you didn't do anything wrong. They say that I'm the one who's responsible. Do you see what you've done to me? Your insubordination has damaged my relationship with our parents. I will not stand for this. So I did what I had to do to restore my reputation with the family and told them a story in which you were clearly in the wrong.
I don't believe what I'm hearing right now. You missed the wedding because of your own selfishness. But now you're lying to everyone to make me out to be the bad guy?
You are the bad guy. I just had to communicate that to everyone in a way they'd understand. So, I told a slightly edited story to our parents and all of our other relatives. It's true that you've always been jealous of my success as a businessman and just about everything else. So it isn't that much of a stretch to think you'd do something like that anyway.
This is completely ridiculous.
No one else thought so. They all believed me. They all felt so bad for me that you would pull such a mean-hearted prank on me, and they're all furious at you. So like I said, you're being officially excommunicated by the entire family. This is what you get for messing with one of the most charismatic businessmen of the century.
I don't believe this.
Believe it or not, it's true, and it's all your fault for humiliating me the way you did. Just think, if you had only listened to what I told you, you would have gotten a massive wedding gift. But you decided instead to disobey me, and now you're being excommunicated. I win, you lose. Get wrecked, you stupid little brat.
Shirley is being excommunicated? Nonsense. You're the one who's being expelled from the family, you foolish boy.
Huh?
I'd like to think I raised you with all the love and care you could have asked for. How in the world did you turn out to be such a malevolent and stupid man, Dylan? When I think that the beautiful baby boy I gave birth to became such a monster, it brings a tear to my eye.
Hold on, something's not right. Shirley, is that you? If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was Mom using your phone.
It is me, Dylan, your mother. I just met up with Shirley and her husband at the airport a little while ago. We dropped them off at the airport when they left to avoid the parking fee, and today we came to pick them up. I was so excited to hear all the wonderful details of their time in Hawaii, too.
But why would you go out of your way to help her? Didn't you say you were going to cut off contact with her? Write her out of the will?
No, that's what I'm going to do to you.
What?
Did you honestly think anyone would believe that ridiculous story you tried to sell us? Please. We're not excommunicating Shirley, you snotty little upstart. It's you who's being thrown out.
But That doesn't make any sense. Everyone seemed like they believed me when I told them about the fake invitation. They all said something like, "That's the most unbelievable story I've ever heard."
They were talking about you when they said that. After you left their houses, each of them called us and said you were going around spreading a terrible lie about poor Shirley.
That's impossible!
Some charismatic businessman you are. I will give you some credit though. You managed to get the entire family to agree on something for once. The fact that you and your wife are intolerable nutcases.
No! Why won't anyone believe me? I'm the firstborn son. I'm even the oldest out of all my cousins, and I'm running a successful business. There's no reason they would trust Shirley over me. It doesn't make any sense.
Sure it does, if you would just give it a little thought. Everyone knows that you're nothing but a rotten apple with a polished exterior.
I am not!
Oh, hush. I'm your mother, Dylan. I know you better than anyone else in the world. And I say that you haven't changed one bit from when you were a child. You're just as rude, impulsive, and thick-headed as you always have been. We've all been on the receiving end of enough of your lies to know when you're telling the truth or not. Your Aunt Lucy told me your story about Shirley was just like the time when you blamed her for breaking a picture frame before she could even stand up.
Mom, you can't talk about me like that. I'm your son. I'm not rude, I'm not impulsive, and I'm definitely not thick-headed. I mean, you saw all my report cards. You know that I got straight A's in all my school subjects.
Yes, you got excellent grades, and you were even gifted in sports. It's too bad you couldn't do something about that atrocious personality of yours. I've lost track of how many times I had to tell you to stop acting like a braggadocious buffoon around the other children. And the very second you got caught red-handed getting involved in one kind of mischief or another, you would lie and lie and lie some more. You've been nothing but trouble for me for all these years, even now that you're an adult and living on your own.
But what about my business? I'm a successful businessman, aren't I?
I must admit, I reconsidered my opinion of you back when you started up your own company. I thought, my goodness, maybe you just might be able to turn yourself around after all. But alas, the very moment you were legally able to put the word CEO on your business card, you started name-dropping yourself at every possible occasion. We all knew this would happen, too. Every time the family got together, we'd talk about it. How long until he starts asking us to put a stack of his business cards in our houses to give to guests? It didn't even take a week.
Wow, that was all about networking.
Then you actually had the gall to try and force Shirley to move her wedding for you. And just as I suspected, when that wasn't going as well for you as expected, you immediately started lying again. The entire family is thoroughly fed up with your pitifully immature behavior, Dylan. You're no longer welcome at any family gatherings, and I don't want you coming by our house anymore.
Mom, no!
This extends to your wife Molly as well, by the way, so do be a dear and let her know that she's not wanted around here either. And with that, I've said all I have to say to you.
Mom, wait, don't go! You can't be serious about this, right? You're not really gonna disown your own firstborn son, are you? You're gonna regret this, I know you will!
No, dear, I don't believe I'll regret this decision at all. It's been a long time coming. I don't want to have to deal with any more of the drama you inevitably drag me into.
Okay, maybe you have a point. Maybe I did have a little bit of a bad personality when I was a kid, but that's all in the past. I'm the CEO of my own company. You have to admit that's impressive. Are you sure you want to cut off a son as wealthy and influential as I am? Think about it. I'll be able to afford to put you guys in the most luxurious nursing home in the state. And wouldn't you like to have Molly coming by regularly to visit you?
Get over yourself. I've never had any intention to rely on your money or your company when we grow old. Your father has saved up more than enough money for us to get by on. Besides, I think you've got much more important things to focus on than our retirement, like pulling your company away from the brink of bankruptcy. If you're going to throw your CEO title around like that, I think you better do your job.
Wait a minute. What's that supposed to mean?
Goodness me. You really didn't know yet? I suggest you pick up your phone and check your email right away. Your company is receiving an awful lot of attention right now.
Oh, really? That's awesome. We've finally gone viral.
Viral indeed, but for all the wrong reasons. Open up a news article. Here's one title I thought had a good ring to it. Former employees of local firm expose the CEO's dark true nature.
Oh no! Oh no! This is terrible! Why is this happening? There's been like 10 new articles published just since this morning! And they've all got my face as the cover picture!
Looks as though your sister isn't the only person you've been treating like a slave. You've been acting like a tyrant toward the employees at your company as well. Oh my word, look at this quote. One time, the CEO told me that if I didn't move a company meeting to a particular date, he'd fire me. So I changed the date of the meeting to 3 days later like he asked. Then, the day the meeting was originally scheduled, he stormed into my office, furious that nothing was ready in the conference room. It seems like the moron forgot that he even told me to change the date. But even though it was his fault for forgetting, he called me an idiot and said that I was the most useless worker he'd ever work with. My, Dylan. Just when I think you can't disappoint me anymore.
Who does that guy think he is? I'm the CEO! That means I'm the boss! If I say I want to have a meeting today, then it's his job to make it happen! I'm the one who signed all his paychecks, and he goes to the local papers and makes me seem like a total maniac!
Well then, I suppose I'll leave you alone to deal with the fallout from this. You're the most charismatic businessman in a century, aren't you? I'm sure you'll be able to work things out.
Shirley, are you there? You've got work to do. You need to go and tell our parents that you forgive me for everything that happened with your wedding. Then go tell the whole family the same thing and get them to help me out. You're their precious little golden child who apparently can do no wrong, so I know they'll listen to you.
Huh?
Don't me! You must be aware that my company's embroiled in a massive scandal right now! I've been getting calls from clients left and right saying they want to close their accounts with us! So I'm suffering from a massive shortage of funding. At this rate, I'll be bankrupt by the end of the month. I asked all our relatives to lend me some money to help me through this minor rough patch, but they won't do it!
Are you surprised at that? Like, can you really blame them? Knowing you, later on down the road when they try to collect, you'll probably just deny they ever loaned you money in the first place. Like, loan? What loan? I don't remember any loan.
Oh, come on, you know I'd never go that far. What is the matter with all of you? Seriously? I go to my family members for help, head hanging low, and yet no one will give me the time of day. You're the last person on my list, Shirley. There's no one else left, so you have to help me.
I have to help you? And why would that be? The family was very clear when we all came together and told you that you were no longer a part of our lives.
But...
Let's recap, shall we? You tried to force me to move my wedding date. When I refused, you came on the wrong date intentionally. Then, you claimed I sent you a fake invitation to try and turn the family against me. I don't feel any compulsion at all to rescue a person who would do all of that to me. And neither does anyone else in our family.
Okay, really? Are you still mad about that? Grow up, would you? I already apologized for all that. And I decided that I'd give you a wedding gift after all, didn't I? Trust me, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna give you a big fat envelope full of cash.
If you've got that much money on hand, how about you put it towards saving your failing company? You don't need to worry about me at all. You've got a lot of people counting on you to save their jobs right now. So if you really have enough money on hand to stuff into an envelope, then you should use it to save their jobs. Or at least pay their salaries until your company goes under. Actually, that's a great idea. Why don't you give that money to your employees instead of me?
About that.
You do have the money, don't you, Dylan? You weren't telling yet another lie to me, were you? I knew it. You lie like you breathe. I'm done with you. Good luck keeping your company afloat, Captain Charisma. After that, more and more employees came out with new accusations against Dylan. It's so bad that they're even going to do a full hour-long special on his fall from grace on the local news. The news people are going around to my parents and relatives for the next several days to interview them. They've all been more than glad to tell them exactly how they feel about him. It didn't take long for Dylan's company to go bankrupt. When that happened, yet another surprise came out. It turns out his company was on the brink of bankruptcy already. He was up to his eyeballs in debt. The last I heard, the two of them took the company's final remaining cash reserves and fled the country.